Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. We have a long forum post to discuss about bug fixes to start us off. Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Kabam Dork is here. Hey, Vitalik and Bobby. To discuss the MCOC release process and bug fixes on a forum post. He says, greetings, summoners. We on the community team had a moment to speak on the game team regarding a sentiment we often hear around why certain issues haven't been fixed or what is taking so long around issuing acknowledgement and solutions, and wanted to share with you their thoughts. This is a complicated, multifaceted question. The answers vary depending on the specific issue we're talking about. We'd like to spend a little bit of time today talking about one of the many variables we juggle here, our build release pipeline. One of the challenges of running a live service game that releases a new build every single month is that the next chapter, the next release is always right around the corner. To be able to ship builds predictably, we go through a number of build filing milestones for each release. Hey, Drag. Bugs resolved, critical fixes only, submission, release. Fred Ramsire, by the way, is a new member. Thank you, Fred. When it comes to bugs, there's two categorizations that are helpful to understand. Client bug. This type of bug requires a fix to the game's client code. We have to release a new build to get the fix in. This requires going through the first party's approval process is all over again. It sounds very complicated. Server data bug. This type of bug requires a fix to the game's server code or to the data that lives on the server. We can do this without having to go through first party approval processes again. While this typically requires significantly less time than a client fix, it still pulls time and resources away from other things. As a point of improvement, we're making efforts to move more of the game over to the server data, so we have more flexibility with fixes. But this isn't feasible for some systems. Now let's take a look at the example of how some build the filing milestones overlap each other. You can see the bug milestones overlap. So hypothetically, let's say we identify a live bug on March 14th. We're 4 days out from when we need to submit the 50.0 build to first parties for approval. So at this point, we need to ask a few key questions regarding risk and feasibility. Is this severe enough that it's worth risking missing our 50.0 release date? If this is severe enough to warrant a 50.01 hotfix. If not, then our next available window, which releases May 5th, is 52 days away. No matter which option we pick, it pulls time and resources away from our priorities that we'd be working on during that time period. From the developer side of things, waiting a few months to implement a bug fix that fits within the build release cycle feels like a rapid and organic turnaround. However, from a player's perspective, we understand that this can not only feel like an eternity, but also a frustrating experience when playing our game every day. Game development on a live service game is often not a sprint, but a marathon, and we need to make sure we properly pace ourselves while figuring out how best to efficiently deliver solutions to issues and pain points. Now, while the examples used here were pretty straightforward, not all of them are. With 10 years under our belt and 300 champion interactions, there are many compounding issues, challenges that rarely present themselves with each new build. To name a few older legacy tech that can be difficult to work with, obligations to our partners, impacts to content, plans, etc. All the cool new things we're working on. This is a lot. Since our goal in this entry is to provide some transparency to how we work with, let's say we hear you and we're continuing making improvements. So one of my takeaways is that to them, a fast fix is a couple of months, whereas for players, that's an eternity. The bug fix issue is as complicated as ever. And I think Kabam has addressed that here. What do we think in the chat? Let me know in the comments below or in the live chat of this live stream. And shout out to Fred Ramsire, our newest member of the channel. That was a lot of information to get through. Whew. That's a good question, Bobby. What is the worst bug right now in the game? Gav, that was a lot of word salad, wasn't it? A lot of word salad. Shotgun Jones, it's good to see you. I already have a headache from reading that. You've got this, Gav. I'm gonna grab my water. Oof. Does anybody know what the worst bug is right now in the game? Fred, that's a good point. I think unexpected crashes are certainly what I'm used to seeing. And that can be during anything. God, that headache after reading that forum post is massive. Shotgun Jones, that's a permanent new feature. Bobby Pow Pow, Vim Meow, let's put up the word bugs on the board. It sounds like a band, Fred Ramsire and Bugs. Thank you, Bobby. Oh, man. Luis Aguilar. I don't know if you picked a bad time. I don't know if there's a good time. But there are certainly a lot of bugs. As always, remember this is the fastest way to get daily event points. And those 30 free units. Shotgun Jones, that's the only thing I do every day. It's a daily event. I get my 30 free units, and I get the heck out of Dodge. No, I haven't tackled content like the ordeal, and no, I don't really regret it. No, Louie. My 3-day arena grind days are done. Talk about a headache. Wolverine, I guess. I mean, Act 9 content is what I tend to grind more than special content like the ordeal. But we'll see. Well, we know Shotgun Jones is very much not simple and easy. Bobby, that's still impressive to me, 1.5 million. Well, yeah, I know we've been going about 20 minutes, but I think my brain's hit a wall. Fred, not worth it. Not worth it. That's what I've learned. But Fred, we have a new member, thankfully. And Bobby with a $5 holla for bugs. It's a lot of bugs. Yogi knows best. So thank you both. But I think I'm going to go rest. And try to do this live stream same time tomorrow.